Namaste. Welcome to the Sri Ganesha Hindu Temple of Utah. Anybody who believes in anything that is true, kind, and generous, and in some faith in every activity is welcome to this temple. But I'll just give you a little, very short virtual tour of our facilities, as well as introduce you to some of the things that happen in a typical Hindu temple. As you can see, here is our entrance tower, which we call a gopuram. This represents a beacon for attracting people to come towards a place of worship. Often it's decorated with many sculptures that talk about the mythology of our faith, the activities of the heroes and heroines of our epics. These are points of focus for parents to tell little stories to their children, introduce our community to our faith, and explore. So let us go in and explore. We will be entering through the main doors of the temple, and I will explain each feature as it happens. Everybody is welcome to ask questions. At the end of this presentation, if there are questions, we'll have a chat focus to see if we can address many of your questions. Come on in. As we walk towards the main doors of our temple, I welcome you to look up this towering post, which we call as a Dvaja Stamba, or the pillar that bears the flag. During festival times in a temple, or when there are special occasions, the flag of the temple, symbolizing that the deity is in place and there's a festival going on, will be raised. There are special services associated with this so that it would attract the community from all around. Hey, the flag is flying, there's a special festival in our temple. Come, let's join. And the flag post is often very exquisitely carved. If you can see some of this is a temple for Lord Ganesha. So you have a statue of Lord Ganesha up there, and the decorative features made in brass, and which is enclosing a very, very special timber made of teak wood is inside, and the bells adorn it. All the features are features of flowers and bells and decorative motifs throughout this flag post or Dvaja Stamba. Is to decorate your front porch with beautiful objects. What you see here is a floor design, often called as kolam, muggu, or rangoli. It's done with rice paste and colored powders. It means welcome, my home is beautifully decorated. Come enjoy and join us in our festivities. The temple, being our most sacred space, is often decorated elaborately by the women folk and who do these designs, which are renewed every year. We are all in a little bit of a hiatus because of the last 1 year of not too much activity, but still you can see the beautiful drawings here. Cultural events such as classical, dance, music, costumery, decoration is all part and parcel of the Hindu worship ritual. Often a service will conclude or begin with a dance performance by eminent dancers who consider it a special favor to be able to dance in front of our temple deities. We bring you a short dance feature as we go in to explore our temple. we are bringing you close to the main shrine of our temple, which is the sanctum of Sri Ganesha. We are saying, most revered Lord Ganesha, this is your shrine. And you can see that he is decorated with rich adornments, beautiful clothing, lovely jewelry, and flowers, which are changed every day. Part of the Hindu service is to offer many things to the deity, starting with flower garlands, perfumery, a lamp to light the way. And the ceremony itself often concludes with a showing of the deity's face. This showing happens with the ceremony called the Arati. A beautiful little clip of an Arati is, you can see it right now. The Arati actually shines light on the deity's presence, and it says, take the inspiration from this deity into yourself. Take the illumination into yourself. A devotee in Hindu tradition comes to worship at the shrine not as a congregation. Each one comes by themselves, an individual offer of prayer, an individual seeking some solace, some comfort, some happiness, and also a way to find solutions to their troubles and travails. Part of the ceremonial service offering could be as elaborate as several hours or as short as a few minutes. But the main idea is invoke the presence of the divinity, sing the praises of the divinity, show the Arati light so that the illumination is taken into the heart of the devotee. The devotee then may fulfill their vows in many ways. One of the most often practiced methodology is going round the shrine a set number of times, often 3 times, 7 times, 11 times, or 108 times. It depends on what the family has vowed. As you notice some of these activities, if you notice, our shrines are often, the deity will have a different face than a human face. Each of the features, the arms, the adornments, the icon has a meaning. Ganesha with the elephant face means the remover of obstacles. The icon of the elephant represents some creature which can remove and create an easy path through a thick forest with its trunk. And so Ganesha clears the way, makes life's path easy to traverse. And so you pray to Ganesha to remove obstacles before embarking on any activity. To share a little joke, even when we start a prayer for Ganesha, we started with a little prayer for Ganesha called the Little Prayer, saying, let me finish my service, my prayers to you, Ganesha, with no obstacle. I pray to you. So that is how a Hindu prayer service begins. Welcome you to the shrine of Devi Durga and Shiva, and this is a little enclosure that houses four of our most important shrines. The statue of the woman dressed in beautiful green is the mother goddess. She is called Amba, Devi, Durga, many names. She is the spouse of Shiva, one of our most important deities. And you can see Shiva next to her, clothed in a tiger skin, with a beautiful smiling face, the mother and the father of all creation. The shrine at the foot of the main pedestal is called the Shiva Linga. This is an iconic representation of Shiva with no form, and it embodies a lot of symbolism in terms of incorporating various concepts of spirituality. And this Shiva Linga is often bathed ritually with milk and other fragrant items, so that there is a certain cleansing, a certain giving up of one's ego while that ceremony is performed. I would also bring your focus to a statue of the little bull in front of the shrine. There is a brass version of it and a granite version of it. And just to let you know that very often our shrines, our divinities, our gods are associated with a kind of an animal, a bird, a creature of some kind or the other. This shows that environmental constraints or environmental factors are very important in Hinduism. You do not leave out anything. Divinity is not alone lost in some designated space. Divinity is among us, with our pets, with our children, with our families. All these concepts are often reiterated by the various mythologies associated with Hinduism. This shrine of Shiva and Parvati is fronted by Nandi, the bull on which Shiva rides. There are special ceremonies for the Nandi, the bull, or twice a month, and special services are often offered. I now welcome you to come closer to the shrine of Sri Balaji, Sri Venkateshwara, the Lord of the Seven Hills. He is a manifestation of Vishnu, one of the most important denominations of our Hindu faith, those who follow the teachings or the style of Vishnu as the supreme divinity. Balaji Venkateshwara is special because he is considered as the giver of all kinds of wishes and boons. The very fact that his hand is held in this posture means, I give to you. He's Varadamurti, the God who gives. A simple prayer is all that is sufficed. And Balaji also loves being decorated. He has the goddess of wealth, Lakshmi, his wife, seated on his chest, saying that the whole world's wealth, spiritual, material, and other kinds, are in my heart. And I am very, very eager to share it with my devotees. He's a very popular shrine. We have huge crowds coming to the services of Sri Balaji every Saturday. If you notice, the shrine is also decorated with rich clothing, flowers, jewelry, and each one has a certain symbolic significance. Vishnu has Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, on his heart. And once again, there are several ceremonies associated with that. One of the important facets of decorating a shrine is having a lit lamp, which is always lit, showing that enlightenment is always available. Our prayers are often focused on this light, saying, let there be light, let that light come from the divinity into my heart. We next show you a few clips of the several activities during a Hindu service, such as the fire sacred ceremony, the bathing of the deity, or what we call as Abhisheka, and also the waving of the lighted lamp in front of a sacred space. There are other small ceremonies, such as pujas, where flowers are offered to the deity. Thank you.
Om Shri Bring Kling Long Ganganapataye Varavara Sarvajanam Mehamaya Swaha Swaha. Om Shri Bring Kling Long Ganganapataye Varavara Sarvajanam Mehamaya Swaha Swaha. Om Shri Bring Kling Long Ganganapataye Varavara Sarvajanam Mehamaya Swaha Swaha. Om Shri Bring Kling Long Ganganapataye Varavara Sarvajanam Mehamaya Swaha Swaha. Om Shri Bring Kling Long Ganganapataye Varavara Sarvajanam Mehamaya Swaha Swaha. Om Shri Bring Kling Long Ganganapataye Varavara Sarvajanam Mehamaya Swaha Swaha. Om Shri Bring Kling Long Ganganapataye Varavara Sarvajanam Mehamaya Swaha Swaha. Om Shri Bring Kling Long Ganganapataye Varavara Sarvajanam Mehamaya Swaha Swaha. Om Shri Bring Kling Long Ganganapataye Varavara Sarvajanam Mehamaya Swaha Swaha. Om Shri Bring Kling Long Ganganapataye Varavara Sarvajanam Mehamaya Swaha Swaha. Om Shri Bring Kling Long Ganganapataye Varavara Sarvajanam Mehamaya Swaha Swaha. ओम श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं क्लौं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे हमाय स्वाहा स्वाहा ओम श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं क्लौं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे हमाय स्वाहा स्वाहा गजाननाय विद्महे कनकवर्णाय धीमहि तन्नो गजाननः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते हेरम्ब मदमोहिता सर्वेषां भक्तमहाजनानां सर्वसङ्कटान् निवारय निवारय हुं फट् स्वाहा स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते हेरम्ब मदमोहिता सर्वेषां भक्तमहाजनानां सर्वसङ्कटान् निवारय निवारय हुं फट् स्वाहा स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते हेरम्ब मदमोहिता सर्वेषां भक्तमहाजनानां सर्वसङ्कटान् निवारय निवारय हुं फट् स्वाहा स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते हेरम्ब मदमोहिता सर्वेषां भक्तमहाजनानां सर्वसङ्कटान् निवारय निवारय हुं फट् स्वाहा स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते हेरम्ब मदमोहिता सर्वेषां भक्तमहाजनानां सर्वसङ्कटान् निवारय निवारय हुं फट् स्वाहा स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते हेरम्ब मदमोहिता सर्वेषां भक्तमहाजनानां सर्वसङ्कटान् निवारय निवारय हुं फट् स्वाहा स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते हेरम्ब मदमोहिता सर्वेषां भक्तमहाजनानां सर्वसङ्कटान् निवारय निवारय हुं फट् स्वाहा स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते हेरम्ब मदमोहिता सर्वेषां भक्तमहाजनानां सर्वसङ्कटान् निवारय निवारय हुं फट् स्वाहा स्वाहा भगवते रुद्राय नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवभूतो दैषवे नमः नमस्ते सुधन्वने बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः यात इषु शिवतमा शिवं बभूवते धनुः शिवाशरव्या जातवतजानो रुद्रमृडया याते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुभाषन्तमया गिरिहन्ताभिचाकृषीः यामिषं गिरिहन्तहस्ते विपर्षस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां कुरुमाहिकुंसेः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा गिरिशाक्षा वदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मकुं सुमना असते अध्यवोटदधिभक्ता प्रसमो दैव्योऽभिषक् हरेकृश्च सर्वान् जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असो यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः एते मागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षुश्रुताः सहस्रशो वैशाखुं हेडयीमहे अथो यो वसत्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्क्यः उतैनं विश्वाभूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयाजिनः रोधिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च नमो धृष्टवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिणे च सुधिमते च नमस्ते वाक्याय च नम इरिण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगोशिलाय च क्षयनाय च नमः कबर्धिने च पुलस्थये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमस्तल्प्याय च गेह्याय च नमः कात्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदय्याय च निवेष्ट्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः शुष्क्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय च लप्याय च नमः ऊर्व्याय च सूर्म्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णशद्याय च नमोपगुणमानाय च भिक्षते च नमः क्षिरते च प्रक्षिरते च नमो वह्किरितेभ्यो देवानागुं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नमः निरहतेभ्यो नमः आमि नमः ओम खड्वांगिने नमः ओम विष्णुवल्लभाय नमः ओम शिवविष्ठाय नमः ओम अंबिकानाथाय नमः ओम श्रीकंठाय नमः ओम भक्तवत्सलाय नमः ओम भवाय नमः ओम शर्वाय नमः ओम त्रिलोकेशाय नमः ओम शितिकंठाय नमः ओम शिवाप्रियाय नमः ओम उग्राय नमः ओम कपालिने नमः ओम कामारये नमः ओम अंधकासुरसूदनाय नमः ओम गंगाधराय
We also have special chantings associated with Vishnu, the Vishnu Sahasranama or the 1001 names of Vishnu being recited. In fact, we have such a ceremony taking place in the evenings. So now we focus on hearing a few stanzas of the Vishnu Sahasranama.
आत्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः अविकाराय शुद्धाय नित्याय परमात्मने सदैकरूपरूपाय विष्णवे सर्वजिष्णवे यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्म संसारबन्धनात् विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे ॐ नमो विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे श्रीवैशम्पायन उवाच श्रुत्वा धर्मानशेषेण पावनानि च सर्वशः युधिष्ठिरः शान्तनुवं गुणरेवाभ्यभाषत युधिष्ठिर उवाच किमेकं दैवतं लोके किं वाप्येकं परायणम् स्तुवन्तः कङ्कमर्चन्तः प्राप्नुयुर्वाणवा शुभम् को धर्मः सर्वधर्माणां भवतः परमो मतः किञ्जरमुच्यते जन्तुर्जन्म संसारबन्धनात् श्रीभीष्म उवाच जगत्प्रभुं देवदेवमनन्तं पुरुषोत्तमम् स्तुवन्नाम सहस्रेण पुरुषः सततोत्थितः तमेव चार्चयन् नित्यं भक्त्या पुरुषमव्ययम् ध्यायन् स्तुवन् नमस्यंश्च यजमानस्तमेव च अनादिनिधनं विष्णुं सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम् लोकाध्यक्षं स्तुवन् नित्यं सर्वदुःखादिको भवेत् ब्रह्मण्यं सर्वधर्मज्ञं लोकानां कीर्तिवर्धनम् लोकनाथं महद्भूतं सर्वभूतभवोद्भवम् एष मे सर्वधर्माणां धर्मोऽधिगतमो मतः यद्भक्त्या पुण्डरीकाक्षं स्तवैरर्थैर्नरः सदा परमय्यो महत्तेजः परमय्यो महत्तपः परमय्यो महद्ब्रह्म परमय्यः परायणम् पवित्राणां पवित्रय्यो मङ्गलानां च मङ्गलम् दैवतं दैवतानां च भूतानां यो व्ययः पिता यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि भवन्त्यादियुगागमे यस्मिन् च प्रलयं यान्ति पुनरेव युगक्षये तस्य लोकप्रधानस्य जगन्नाथस्य भूपते विष्णोर्नाम सहस्रं मे शृणु पापभयापहम् यानि नामानि गौणानि विख्यातानि महात्मनः ऋषिभिः परिगीतानि तानि वक्ष्यामि भूतये ऋषिर्नाम्नां सहस्रस्य वेदव्यासो महामुनिः छन्दोऽनुष्टुप् तथा देवो भगवान् देवकीसुतः अमृतांशोद्भवो बीजं शक्तिर्देवकीनन्दनः त्रिसामाहृदयन्तस्य शान्त्यर्थे विनियुज्यते विष्णुं जिष्णुं महाविष्णुं प्रभविष्णुं महेश्वरम् अनेकरूपदैत्यान्तं नमामि पुरुषोत्तमम् अस्य श्रीविष्णोर्दिव्यसहस्रनाम स्तोत्रमहामन्त्रस्य श्रीवेदव्यासो भगवान् ऋषिः अनुष्टुप्छन्दः श्रीमहाविष्णुः परमात्मा श्रीमन्नारायणो देवता अमृतांशोद्भवो भानुरितिबीजम् देवकीनन्दनः सृष्टेति शक्तिः उद्भवः क्षोभनो देव इति परमो मन्त्रः शङ्खबृन्नन्दकी चक्रीतिकीलकम् शार्ङ्गधन्वागदाधर इत्यस्त्रम् रथाङ्गपाणिरक्षोभ्य इति नेत्रम् त्रिसामासामकः सामेति कवचम् आनन्दम् परब्रह्मेति योनिः ऋतुः सुदर्शनः काल इति दिग्बन्धः श्रीविश्वरूप इति ध्यानम् श्रीमहाविष्णुप्रीत्यर्थे सहस्रनाम जपे विनियोगः
We are now in front of the shrine of Muruga, who is a very favorite deity in southern parts of India. He's called the Muruga Kartikeya, the god of the Tamils. There's a special feature in this. He's shown with two spouses, Valli and Devasena, and some say this is just to represent that the religion coming from the northern parts of India has merged with the religion of the natives, of the locals, populations of the south. This didn't happen yesterday or a few years ago. This is many millennia ago. And Devasena represents the child of the Devas of the Vedic faith, while Valli is the hill maiden, the child of the hill chieftains. And Muruga, Kartikeya, is the link between how these two faiths became merged into one, into modern day Hinduism. Muruga is a warrior god. He's got the spear in his hand and he protects you, and he also gives you a lot of boons. And you can see his hand, which is pointing downwards, means he's giving you whatever you ask for. While I sit in front of this beautifully decorated shrine, let me introduce you to our priest in office here, Sri Pandit Sri Satish Kumar Nivarti. And I'm going to ask him a few questions, sir.
Sure.
I know this last 1.5 years have been very, very difficult times. How have you changed your services to accommodate these times?
Actually, we changed a lot of things. Before COVID, every puja we go to in person and do the puja. And after that COVID comes, we are doing every puja means a function. Every function we are doing in online only.
Okay. So what it is, a service that was, in Hinduism, service is very personal.
Yes.
So you offer it in a family's home or in the group of a small gathering. Now you're not able to take the service to that particular person,
Yes.
but you're offering it online. How are the devotees in accepting this? Are they comfortable?
But
It is not exactly the same.
yeah, exactly the same. But it's now happened, this situation, everybody, okay, now we need puja, right? So we will do the puja. If online also, okay, we will do the puja.
Because the ceremony has to be done
Yeah,
either way,
yeah.
the blessing has to be done.
Yes.
So they are accepting whatever means is acceptable at this point and waiting for the times to improve.
Yes. Yeah.
But you have to be careful because you have to
Definitely.
meet so many people.
Yeah. That's why I avoid lot of pujas.
Okay. When you say puja, we are talking about a Hindu service ceremony, but have any of the ceremonies within the temple, like you see, if he focuses around this room, there are so many shrines and each
Yes.
shrine has to have a certain ceremony performed in front of it every day.
Yeah.
Has any of that been curtailed or have you been able to do those?
Actually, in our Hindu traditional, every day we offered food, every day we offered garlands, every day we offered to pray our prayers. That's why, so we have opened the temple, only priest come and perform the puja.
So no public is allowed?
No public.
Except for a certain short periods of time which is pre-booked?
Yes.
But you have not stinted on the service quality. You continue doing that whether people come or not. Is that correct?
Correct.
Hopefully, with everything that is happening, this difficult time will soon pass and we will be open again to invite more and more people to
Definitely, yes.
come. For example, are you able to do because in Hindu tradition, chanting, that
Yes,
the
chanting is main
Smriti
important.
and Shruti, that is the most important part. And we say the Dwani, the sound or the reverberation of the Vedic chant is most important. Are you able to do that with all this masked business?
Very tough.
Okay.
Yeah, breathing is in Vedas, when we are chanting the Vedas, we need a lot of breath.
Could you recite to us a small short sloka prayer without the mask so we can hear the Dwani?
Sure. Om Bhagatheya Naivainam Pranayati Brahmana Arisheya Uddharet Brahmano Vai Sarva Devataah Sarvabhirevainam Devatabhiruddharati Sayijjanena Savisasa Janmana Saputrairvajam Bharate Dhananrabhihi Devanayah Pitarama Vivasati Shraddhamana Havisha Brahmanaspatim.
That is so beautiful. It's from one of our Upanishads, that is the ancillary works that explain the Vedas,
Yes.
wherein you're talking about the learned persons, the Brahmanas, offering their oblations so that the whole world is solace, is comforted and is
Everything.
resolved of all problems.
Yes.
I don't know if I've explained it well, but that sounds
Definitely.
like that is the sloka you have recited for us.
Yes.
And I can see how it is very difficult to perform these ceremonies with the mask on because the sound doesn't come out exactly right.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for your presence here, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I now show you a sculpture that is decorating one of our shrine spaces. This sculpture is done in cement and stone by artisans who were invited to do a lot of enhancement or beautification of our temple in the last few years. As you can see, this is a shrine of Radha and the Krishna, the flute playing divinity. He is with his girlfriend, both are decorated in beautiful flower gardens. The sculpture that tops the shrine focuses on the same shrine which is enshrined below. And if you can see the shrine of Krishna, the flute player, he is beautifully decorated with peacock feathers to adorn his tresses. His spouse, Radha, his beloved, is decorated once again in lovely rich costume. She's also draped in a veil covering her hair, which is the very typical North Indian style, which gives focus to the, or importance to the traditions of Muslims who ruled northern India for many, many years. To give respect to that tradition, very often the divinities representing North Indian traditions are clothed in a slightly different form, often the women veiled or at least having a headscarf. One other feature of this shrine is Krishna and Radha are both made of marble, beautiful white marble. The same sculpture, the same features, the same worship rituals associated with any Hindu tradition. However, the difference between this shrine and there's another Krishna statue right next, which is we call as the baby Krishna, who is in granite. Why the different stone? It's just the tradition of what is available in a geographical region. Marble abounds in northern India. In southern India, the stone that is predominant is granite. Huge granite mountains yield stonework, and stone sculpture is very, very famous. I also lead you to focus on another shrine, which is not marble, which is not stone, but here we have Andal or Devi, the goddess, made out of 5 metals. Metal casting became very important in certain traditions, and often divine sculptures are cast in metal. Here is Neela Devi Andal, the spouse of Vishnu, cast in beautiful bell metal, 5 metal casting, single lost wax process of casting with all the lovely sculpture adornments. She's carrying a parrot in her hand, saying, "The parrot that delights the mind, I'm like that, I delight your mind." Andal is famous for writing a lot of religious poetry, which is recited even nowadays. She's adorned with pearls, which are famous for pearl fisheries along the southern coasts of India. She's a goddess who is prayed to for instant solace from travails, and the poetry written by her is recited during the months of December, January, which culminates in huge festivals like the Harvest Festival. We are now focusing at the shrine of Sri Nataraja, Shiva, the Lord of Dance. As you can see, his posture with one leg lifted is in a dance posture. He's considered as the patron of all the dance forms, the classical art forms. Shiva is also considered as the person who dances at the end of creation, the pralaya. So creation is ending. There's the flood waters surrounding him in a circle. The fire of destruction, all the flames are dancing around him. His tresses are askew, and he's playing the udukku drum, which keeps the rhythm of the closure of a creation. But it doesn't mean that's the end of creation. It also means he's recreating a new birth. Because in Hinduism, nothing ends or nothing begins. It's all cyclical. We start at the beginning and come back to the beginning. Death is just another focal point in the timeline of birth, death, and rebirth. And creation also has an ending and a beginning. The Lord creates, the Lord destroys, and this is not difficult to understand if you think about, let us say, forest fires that rejuvenate a forest and create new growth. Shiva's hands are in the famous dance posture. One of them is like the posture of the elephant trunk pointing downwards. Again, it's iconographic symbolism saying, even in dance, I give you protection. Even in dance, I take care of you. One of his arms holds the fire, which is the sustainer, the nourisher, or recreator. Agni, or fire, is one of our most important divinities revered. In fact, most Hindu ceremonies are associated with a fire ceremony. The witness to our weddings is the fire, not a human being, not a priest, not the parents, not the friends. It's the fire, Agni, who is invoked, and the bride and groom actually go around the fire in order to solemnize their marriage. Shiva is seen dancing upon the figure of a dwarf-like creature who represents the darkness that is human mind. So it is not a baby, it's not a man, it is just a representative figure symbolizing that which is ignorance, that which is darkness, that which is no knowledge. So Shiva tramples the no knowledge, the lack of knowledge out of our lives and gives us enlightenment in this beautiful dance called the Tandava Natya of Shiva.
பணித்திடுவாயா பாவை விரகம் பருகிடுவாயா ஆயர்தம் மாயா நீவா ஆயர்தம் மாயா நீவா ஆயர்தம் மாயா நீவா உன்னை காணாது நான் இன்று நான் இல்லையே விதையில்லாமல் வேறில்லையே உன்னை காணாது நான் இன்று நான் இல்லையே விதையில்லாமல் வேறில்லையே கிருஷ்ணா நான் இன்று நான் இல்லையே விதையில்லாமல் வேறில்லையே நிதம் காண்கின்றவான் கூட நிஜமல்ல இதம் சேர்க்கும் கணா கூட சுகமல்ல நீ இல்லாமல் நான் இல்லையே உன்னை காணாமல் உன்னை காணாமல் உன்னை காணாமல் உன்னை காணாமல் கமதனிதா நிதவ காணாமல் பெண் நெஞ்சு தடுமாறுதே விதையில்லாமல் வேறில்லை சரி வர தூங்காது வாடும் மனது உனக்காக எங்கும் ராதாதான் உனக்கு ராதாதான் உனக்கு ஒரு ராதாதான் கிருதிதா கிருதி கிருதிதா கிருதி தத கிட்ட தகதா தத கிட்ட தகதா கத கிட்ட தக தத கிட்ட தக தத கிட்ட தக தா அவ்வாறு நோக்கினால் எவ்வாறு நாடுவேன் கண்ணாடி முன் நின்று பார்த்து கொண்டேன் ஒன்றாகச் செய்திட ஒரு 100 நாடகம் ஒத்திகைகள் செய்து எதிர்பார்த்திருந்தேன் எதிர்பாராமலே அவன் எதிர்பாராமலே அவன் பின்னிருந்து வந்து என்னை பம்பரமாய் சுழற்றி வைத்து உலகுண்ட பெருவாயன் எந்தன் வாயோடு வாய்ப்பதித்தான் இங்கு பூலோகம் என்றொரு பொருள் உள்ளதை இந்த பூங்கோதை மறந்தாளடே உடலணிந்த ஆடை போல் என்னை அணிந்து கொள்வாயா இனி நீ கண்ணா தூங்காத என் கண்ணின் துயில் உரித்த கண்ணந்தான் இனி நீ இது நேராமலே நான் உன்னை பாராமலே நான் இந்த முழு ஜன்மம் போயிருந்தான் என்று அதை எண்ணி வீணேகம் ஏங்காமலே உன்னை மூச்சாக்கி வாழ்வேனடா
At the end of this temple visit to a Hindu sacred space, and as I say goodbye to you, I bring your eyes to focus upon the shrine of the 9 attractive elements or planets in the universe. There's the sun in the middle, surrounded by Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, the moon, the Venus, and an upper node and the lower nodes of the whole elliptical of the universe. Each of these planets are said to have a certain influence on life. For example, the moon controls mental prowess. The sun gives us health, and he's in the middle. The other nodes like Saturn, with his evil eye, could cause a jinx in your life, but a prayer offered to Saturn will easily remove that jinx. Jupiter gives you wealth and gives you life pleasures. The Shukra, the Lord of Wealth, bestows you with plenty of material comforts. Mars, the God of War, protects you in times of need. So with all these 9 planets to protect your life, it is a pretty good deal, right? I hope you have enjoyed your visit, this virtual visit to our temple. Hope to welcome you here in the near future when we are open after the pandemic situation. Thank you and namaste.
गणाधिपतये नमः ओम नीराजनं सुंदर्शयामि बोलो श्री गजानन महाराज की जय।